Nick and PJ, today I'm going to show you how to make a pepperoni calzone. I need you to watch me and listen carefully because there are several steps in making a pepperoni calzone. When we're done, you will both be ready to make a pepperoni calzone without any help from me. Once you know the basics of making a calzone, you can try different ingredients depending on what you like. Are you ready to get started?
Absolutely.
Remember, you need to watch me and listen carefully. What are you going to do?
Watch you and listen carefully.
Great, here we go. To make a pepperoni calzone, you need these 4 ingredients. Bread dough, 6 slices of American cheese, 2 cups of mozzarella, and about 1 cup of pepperoni. Let's say those ingredients together.
Bread
dough, 6 slices of American cheese, 2 cups of mozzarella,
and a cup of pepperoni. Great job, guys. Okay, the first step in making a pepperoni calzone is to prepare the dough. To prepare the dough, there are 3 steps. Are you ready to hear the steps?
Yep.
Okay, here are the steps. You put the dough in the pan, like this. You cover it with wax paper. And then you leave it for about 4 hours or until the dough has risen above the edge of the pan. PJ, how should I cover the dough?
Wax paper.
That's right. And Nick, how long should I leave the dough out?
For about 4 hours.
Nice job, Nick. After the dough has risen, it will look like this. Okay, now comes the fun part. To prepare the dough, you put it on the cookie sheet, or you can use a pizza stone. You sprinkle a little bit of flour on top, and you spread it with your hands. I'll say that again. To prepare the dough, you put it on a cookie sheet or a stone, sprinkle some flour on it, and spread it with your hands. Can you repeat those steps back to me? To prepare the dough,
You're
Put it on the cookie sheet.
or pizza stone. You're going to sprinkle some flour on
it.
And then spread it with my hands.
Yeah.
You might want to remove that cheese.
Okay. You guys want to come on over and try this?
Sure.
Wait, Nick, you're up.
Just going to spread it out to the edges. Good job, Nick. You can also flip it over. Okay, Nick, PJ, you want to give it a try?
Why not?
You want to be careful not to get any holes in it. And if you find that your hands are sticking to it a little bit, you can sprinkle some more flour. Good job, PJ.
Thank you.
Okay, while I'm doing this, can you guys tell me once again what the 4 ingredients are?
6 slices of cheese. Bread.
2 cups of mozzarella, cup of pepperoni, 6 slices of cheese, and dough.
Great job. Okay. Now that the dough is ready, we can spread the cheese and pepperoni on it. First, I'm going to place the 6 slices of American cheese. Nick, what do I do first?
Put the 6 slices of cheese on the dough.
That's right. And PJ, how many slices do I use?
6.
Great job, PJ. The next step is to spread the pepperoni in a single layer across the cheese. Do you guys want to help me?
Sure.
Go ahead, Nick.
How much pepperoni are we using?
1 cup.
Thanks, Nick.
What about me?
Thanks, PJ.
Thank you.
Okay, now the last ingredient that we use is the mozzarella. And I'm going to spread it across like this. PJ, what's the last ingredient?
Mozzarella cheese.
And Nick, how much do I use?
1 cup. 2 cups.
2 cups, that's right. Okay, we're almost done. Now right now, this looks kind of like a pizza. To make it a calzone, I'm going to fold each long side in toward the middle. Last week, I taught a lesson on fractions. You can imagine this dough as a rectangle divided into thirds. These lines that mark off the thirds is where I'm going to fold the pepperoni over. So I'm going to take this long side and fold it in toward the middle. I'm going to take this other side and fold it in toward the middle. And the last thing I have to do is fold over the ends so that the cheese doesn't ooze out when it's cooking. Why is it important to fold the ends over?
So the cheese doesn't ooze out when it's cooking.
That's right. Okay, now I'm almost ready to bake our pepperoni calzone. There are 3 steps now to baking the calzone. Are you ready to hear them?
Sure.
Okay, the 3 steps are: preheat the oven to 400 degrees, cook the calzone for 20 minutes, set a timer, and 3, when the timer goes off, take the calzone out. PJ, do you remember what temperature I set the oven at?
I do. It's 400 degrees.
That's right, PJ. And Nick, how long do I set the timer for?
20 minutes?
Great listening, boys. Oven is already set. I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes. When the calzone is done, it will look like this. It's very important to let it cool for 10 to 15 minutes before cutting and eating it. If you cut it right away, most of the cheese will spill out. And if you try to eat it right away, just like a pizza, it might burn your mouth. Nick, what will happen if you cut the calzone too soon?
It will be too hot, and if you eat it, it could burn your mouth.
That's right. The other thing that can happen is that the cheese might spill out at the end. PJ, what could happen if you eat the calzone too soon?
I wasn't there, but it's too hot.
Yeah, you walked away for a minute. That's okay. When you take it out of the oven, it's really hot, so it's important to let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes.
If you eat it before that, it could burn your mouth. Okay, boys, let's see if you remember how to make a pepperoni calzone. Who can name the 4 ingredients?
I can.
Okay, PJ.
Bread dough, 6 slices of American cheese, 2 cups of mozzarella, and a cup of pepperoni.
Great job remembering. And Nick, how do you know when the dough is ready?
When you spread it towards the edges enough.
Let me ask it this way. How do you know that the bread is ready to be spread out?
It rises to the top.
So I put it in the pan, and how many hours do I have to wait?
4 hours.
That's right, PJ, about 4 hours. And after all the ingredients have been added, do I fold the calzone in half?
No.
No.
Thirds.
That's right. Fold it into thirds. Nice job. And what temperature do I cook the calzone at?
400 degrees. I'm smoking you. Come on, pick up your game.
Okay, last question. After I take the calzone out of the oven, do I eat it right away?
Nope.
10 to 15.
And why not? Why don't I eat it right away?
Gotta wait.
Because the cheese would ooze out, and if you eat too fast, it could burn your mouth.
That's great. How long should I wait?
10 to 15 minutes.
You guys did a great job of watching me and listening to the directions for making pepperoni calzone. Next weekend, I'll let you make one by yourselves. In a few years, you guys will be living on your own, so this is great practice.